The art of not caring isn't about being cold, it's about being free. Let me ask you something. Are you tired of overthinking everything? Do you catch yourself spiraling after a comment, a glance, or someone's silence online? In a world that never stops shouting, it's easy to feel like you have to care about everything, all the time. But here's the truth. You don't need to care less. You just need to care better. And that's what Stoicism is all about. It's not about shutting down your emotions. It's about mastering them. It's about knowing what you can control and gracefully letting go of everything else. Today, we're diving into 10 timeless Stoic principles that can help you let go of unnecessary stress, build emotional resilience, and find peace in the chaos of modern life. Let's start with the foundation, the one principle that unlocks all the others. Part 1. Control what's within. Release. We suffer more in imagination than in reality. Seneca. Picture this. It's a Tuesday morning, you've brewed the perfect cup of tea, you sit down to take that first peaceful sip, and suddenly your cat jumps up and knocks it over. Now what do? The old you might have cursed the cat, blamed the universe, let the frustration ruin your morning. But the Stoic version of you? You pause, you breathe, you smile, and you say, "Guess I'll just make another cup." That's the essence of Stoicism. You can't control the weather, your cat, the traffic, or whether your pizza shows up cold, but you can always control how you respond. And that's where your real power lives. It's not the spilled tea, the slow internet, or the annoying email that ruins your peace. It's your reaction to them. And if your peace depends on everything going perfectly, you'll never truly be at peace. So here's a little challenge for you. The next time something small goes wrong, instead of spiraling, try this. Pause, smile, and remind yourself, this is outside my control, but my reaction, that's mine to own. Part 2. Embrace the present moment. Do not let the future disturb you. You will meet it, if you have to, with the same weapons of reason which today arm you against the present. Marcus Aurelius. Let's be honest. Our minds are rarely here. We're either replaying what happened yesterday or fast-forwarding to what might go wrong tomorrow. Think about it. How many times have you been physically present? At dinner with family, walking through a park, sitting in silence, but your mind was miles away. Caught up in emails, deadlines, or that awkward thing you said 3 weeks ago? In a world buzzing with notifications, schedules, and nonstop distractions, being present isn't just difficult, it's almost radical. But here's the Stoic truth. The only moment you ever truly own is this one. The past, gone. The future, not promised. But this breath, this second, this exact place where your feet are, that's real. That's yours. When you constantly worry about what's next or dwell on what's already done, you miss the life unfolding right in front of you. And that's not just poetic, it's practical. Because your power to act, to choose, to feel alive, it only exists right now. So try this. Next time you're eating, just eat. Next time you're with someone, really listen. When you're outside, feel the wind, look at the sky. Let yourself be where you are, not where your thoughts want to drag you. Because life isn't found in your memories or your anxieties. It's found in presence. And the more you learn to live here, in the now, the lighter your soul becomes. Part 3. Accept change as nature's course. It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. Epictetus. Let's talk about change. Most people say they want growth, but not change. We want things to get better, just not different. But life doesn't work like that. Nature doesn't ask for your permission before turning the page. Think about the season. Winter never apologizes for arriving. Spring doesn't ask if you're ready. They simply come and go, as they always have. Now compare that to how we respond to change in our own lives. You lose a job, end a relationship, get rerouted from a plan, and suddenly it feels like the universe is against you. But the Stoics saw it differently. They understood that change is not the enemy, resistance is. What wears you down isn't the shift itself, but the fight against it. Every time life throws you a curveball, every detour, delay, or unexpected ending, you have a choice: fight the current or flow with it. You can mourn what was, or you can embrace what is becoming. Change is not chaos. Change is nature in motion. And you are part of that motion. So the next time something in your life shifts, something uncomfortable, something you didn't plan, remember this: you are not being broken. You are being reshaped. Bend, don't break. Part 4. Detach from external validation. Man is not worried by real problems so much as by his imagined anxieties about real problems. Epictetus. Let's face it, we've become addicted to approval. A like, a comment, a follower count going up. These things used to be just digital metrics, but now they've quietly crept into our self-worth. You post something, you wait, you refresh. And if it doesn't get the reaction you hoped for, doubt creeps in. You start wondering, was it not good enough? Am I not good enough? It's wild how quickly we hand our emotional stability to strangers on a screen. But Stoicism cuts through this noise with one powerful reminder: your worth is not up for public vote. Your value doesn't rise when you're praised, and it doesn't fall when you're ignored. Because real self-worth comes from the inside out, not the outside in. The Stoics didn't live for applause. They lived for alignment. They asked themselves, am I acting with integrity? Am I doing what's right? Am I living by my values? That was their metric. So what if your next post doesn't go viral? So what if someone throws shade in your DMs? Their reaction doesn't define you. Your intention does. Detach from the need to impress. Instead, focus on being real and doing what feels right in your bones. Because freedom doesn't come when everyone approves of you. It comes when you stop needing them to. Part 5. Recognize life's natural cycles. Loss is nothing else but change, and change is nature's delight. Marcus Aurelius. Let's talk about something we all face, but few of us truly know how to navigate. Losing a job, losing a relationship, losing someone you love. Even small losses, like a favorite hoodie gone missing or a moment you wish you could relive, they all leave a mark. And naturally, we resist it. We hold on. We mourn what used to be. But the Stoics remind us, loss is not a failure, it's a feature of life. Because just like the trees shed their leaves each fall, only to bloom again in spring, everything in this life follows a cycle. Beginnings, endings, rebirth. And every ending we experience, painful as it might be, opens up a new space, a new lesson, a new version of us waiting to emerge. Clinging to what's gone only makes the ache louder. But when you learn to let go, not with bitterness, but with grace, you allow room for something else to grow. It doesn't mean you stop caring. It means you honor the impermanence of things. You embrace what was, appreciate what is, and remain open to what could be. So when life asks you to let go of people, places, seasons, dreams, don't see it as punishment. See it as part of the rhythm. You're not being emptied. You're being prepared to bloom again. Part 6. Seek growth in adversity. Difficulties strengthen the mind, as labor does the body. Seneca. Let's be honest, no one wants to struggle. We'd all love smooth days, easy wins, and zero resistance. But that's not where strength is built. Think about going to the gym. You don't grow stronger by lifting feathers. It's the weight, the resistance, that transforms you. And life? Life is the same. Those moments you wanted to quit, but didn't. The setbacks that forced you to dig deeper. The heartbreak that cracked you open just enough to let wisdom in? Those weren't accidents. Those were reps. training sessions for your soul. The Stoics understood this well. They didn't curse hardship, they welcomed it. Not because they enjoyed pain, but because they recognized the opportunity inside it. When something hard shows up, a toxic boss, an unpaid bill, a failed plan, you have two choices: resist and suffer, or engage and grow. Instead of asking, "Why me?" try asking, "What is this trying to teach me?" Because every obstacle carries a lesson, and often it's one you couldn't learn any other way. Adversity is life's personal development program, and the only tuition it asks for is your presence and patience. So next time life gets heavy, don't wish it away. Look it in the eye and say, "Let's go." Part 7. Cultivate inner riches. It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more that is poor. Seneca. In today's world, we're constantly told to chase more. More money, more status, more stuff. Open any app and you're bombarded with highlights of luxury lifestyles, curated perfection, and people flexing the latest things you didn't even know you needed. But here's the thing. Wealth has very little to do with your bank account. It has everything to do with your mindset. The Stoics saw true riches not in possessions, but in peace. They believed the richest person is the one who can feel content with little, who doesn't need to prove their value through gold chains or big titles, but through quiet integrity and strong character. There's nothing wrong with having nice things. Stoicism doesn't ask you to live like a monk or reject the pleasures of life, but it does ask this: do you own your possessions, or do they own you? Because the moment your happiness depends on external things that can be lost, broken, stolen, or outdated, you've handed over control of your peace. But when your joy comes from within, when you find satisfaction in effort, simplicity, and meaning, you become untouchable. So ask yourself, are you chasing the appearance of wealth, or building a life that feels whole, with or without it? True luxury is waking up without anxiety. True status is being proud of who you are when no one's watching. And true success, that's inner freedom. Part 1. Understand and accept fate. Don't demand that things happen as you wish, but wish that they happen as they do happen. Epictetus. There's a certain freedom that comes from realizing you're not in control of everything, and you never were. We live in a culture that worships control. We plan, we hustle, we micromanage every detail of our lives, and yet the truth always finds a way to remind us. Life doesn't follow your script. Things fall through, people change, opportunities pass, and no matter how carefully you arrange the pieces, sometimes the game board flips anyway. But the Stoics didn't see fate as something cruel or random. They saw it as a partner, a force that shapes the path as much as you do. So instead of fighting reality, they practiced something radical. They aligned with it. Accepting fate doesn't mean giving up. It means doing everything in your power and then releasing attachment to the outcome. You study hard, but you can't control the results. You show up with love, but you can't control how someone feels. You plan your life, but you can't control the twists and turns it takes. And that's okay, because peace doesn't come from having full control. It comes from knowing that whatever happens, you'll meet it with clarity, strength, and grace. So next time life doesn't go according to plan, pause and ask yourself, what if this, too, is part of the design? Maybe what you see as a detour is actually the path. Part 9. Be of service to others. We are all bound together in a partnership. Seneca. Stoicism isn't just about personal peace or mastering your emotions. It's also about your place in the bigger picture. Because no matter how independent you think you are, you're still part of something larger, a community, a society, a human family. We're not here just to get through life alone. We're here to lift each other. The Stoics believed that service wasn't optional, it was essential. That living a good life meant contributing, not just consuming, whether that's helping a friend through a rough patch, Giving your time to a cause or simply showing kindness to a stranger, every act of service echoes outward in ways you can't fully see. It's easy to get caught in your own bubble, especially when the world feels overwhelming. But service grounds you. It reminds you that even in your struggles, you have something to give. And sometimes, giving is what heals you. You don't need a grand gesture, you don't need 1 million followers or a nonprofit. Sometimes being fully present for someone is the most stoic act you can offer. So ask yourself, where can I be useful today? Who can I support, encourage, or simply listen to? Because in serving others, we often discover the best version of ourselves. Part 10. Reflect, review, and realign. The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. Marcus Aurelius. In a world that never slows down, reflection is a lost art. We're always rushing to the next thing, the next deadline, the next post, the next dopamine hit. But the Stoics knew something we often forget. If you don't pause, you drift. And if you drift long enough, you lose touch with who you are. That's why reflection was a daily practice for them. Not just a once-a-year journal entry or a New Year's resolution, but a habit as important as eating or sleeping. At the end of each day, they asked, did I live according to my values? Where did I act out of fear or ego? What am I proud of? And where can I realign? This isn't about guilt or self-criticism. It's about awareness. It's about becoming the kind of person who doesn't just react to life, but responds with intention. So take time to check in with yourself. Turn down the noise. Be honest about what's working, what's not, and who you're becoming in the process. Because the most powerful transformation rarely happens all at once. It happens quietly, in the space where you pause, look inward, and choose better. That's where real strength is built. That's how Stoicism lives, not just as an idea, but as a way of being. And hey, if you've made it this far, thank you. Thank you for taking this time for yourself, for listening with an open mind, and for showing up in a world that often pulls us away from stillness. I hope this episode gave you something to hold on to, something you can carry with you when life gets loud again. Until next time, stay grounded, stay curious, and keep practicing the art of letting go.